There are things that we experience but never talk about. A shadow moving in the corner, flickering of the lights, a disembodied voice. We invite you to talk with us, share your story, share your evidence, because this isn't just your story, this is our story. This is GhostBox.
Happy Easter, everybody. Welcome. This is GhostBox Live. My name is Greg Bakun. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. I hope everyone had a happy Easter. I don't know if you heard it or not, but as soon as my intro is over, the obelisk spoke. So why don't we just go right there right now and see what the obelisk said. It's been talking all night. Currently on the screen, it says low, L-O-W, worry, and oxygen. So I'm not quite sure what oxygen means. I think there's plenty of oxygen in here right now. So, we'll see. Before we get going here, I do want to just ask everyone if you would please let's see where I can find it here. If you could just share this video, please. It would be really helpful for me if you could share it, because the more people we get involved, the more intention we can get to reach out to spirit and loved ones and all that stuff. So that would be fantastic. I think I've been having allergies over the last week or two because my throat has been really scratchy, and I just know, and I've been like sneezing and stuff. I just know those are allergies. So throat is really, really dry. So, and today I got some color today. I don't think you could really see it because I have it so dark in here. But I got color because in St. Michael, it was nearly 80 degrees today. And I went on 2 walks. I went totaling probably about nearly 7 miles worth of walking. It was fantastic. And it's so beautiful out. And it's going to be nice out tomorrow, too. And, you got to take advantage of those, don't you? Because you never know when it's going to be either raining or here in Minnesota. You never know when it's going to be snowing again. People are like, well, it's spring. It's not going to snow. We get snow in June sometimes. So, you never know. I hope everyone's having a great Easter. I really do. It's a great time for, celebration, however you want to, for whatever reason you want to. I hope that everyone is having a great day. What we're hoping to do tonight is communicate with spirit, hoping to be able to reach out to loved ones, hoping to reach out to anyone, any good spirits that want to talk to us, any spirits that need our help. That is kind of what we're hoping to do tonight. So obviously, I'm just going to go over to the comments here and just say hello to people. There's so many people who've said hello. Thank you so very much for stopping in, taking time out of your day to join and watch and take part. It really it means a lot. I really do appreciate it. Thank you all so very much. Let's see here real fast. I'm going over to my own page, just so in case I'm missing any comments on my own profile page. Want to make sure everyone's covered. Everyone's taking the time to join in. Really appreciate it so very much. Kira, Shannon, Amber, Lucy, Kira, again, I guess. Marie, Karen, Sadie, Greg, good to see you. Dave Miller, good to see you. Thank you very much. Emily, thank you for joining in. Let's see here. This is the best endorsement I have for watching my show. Kira says, I have nothing else better to do. I mean, I don't know how much stronger of an endorsement one needs to get people to watch than that. So I really appreciate it. I maybe that should be my slogan. If you have nothing better to do, watch GhostBox Live. That might be the way to go about that. I'm sure there's a compliment somewhere in there. Yeah, so I get what you mean, I think. So let's see, where are we at here? like we said, we had some stuff come through the Ovilus tonight. You can see that the bell isn't moving, the REM pod's on, the flashlight's on, the K2. Now, someone had asked last week, could you please explain what some of these devices are? And I will do that right now. I will explain a little bit of what these things are for those who don't know. And it's good that those questions are asked, because quite honestly, I go through this stuff so quickly. I don't assume that everybody knows, but what I do know is that, I get so familiar, I forget that not everyone is up to speed on stuff just because for whatever reason. And this show is meant to help and teach on many different levels. So, why don't we quickly just go through this? Basically, we have, so I'm going to go over here. So if when stuff goes off, it's me, okay? So first off, we have the REM pod. You just go, the spirit just goes over, it breaks the field over by this antenna. It tells us that they're there. We also have the flashlight, and the flashlight is, you can see, if they touch it, it could turn on. And we've had a lot of luck with that recently. So maybe that would still be the case. We have the Ovilus here. The theory behind that is that if spirit wants to talk to us, they will come up with a word that is in the dictionary, the word bank on this device, and what the word they want to come up will come out. And so, like I said, the last word that came up was oxygen. Are they saying they can't breathe, or they're having trouble breathing? I don't know. We just don't know sometimes. K2, this is another device that with spirit interaction, it'll light up. You see it lights up there because I have it going towards the camera up here. So that's why it's lighting up. So electromagnetic energy will make it light up. Honestly, we don't have a lot of luck with the K2 during these lives, but we certainly do on our investigations. So, and that's fine. I'm going to move this so it's not covering up the words. Not that you could read them, but let's pretend that we could. And then we have this little funky device over here that will not work when you touch it. So we'll just put that back. It'll probably work when I don't want it to. It's the same. It's really, all these are very much the same. If they break the field, it should light up. But I think the battery is off on that. It always goes off when my cat walks by. And my friend Tom earlier said that it's probably because of the static electricity created by the cat. But who knows, right? Who knows? I mean, it could very well be. I don't think my cat's paranormal. He's just abnormal. So, that's what we have going for it. And of course, what I love using is the Spirit Box. And for those of you who do not know what it is, and it's okay that you don't, this is a radio. And basically all it is, how your radio, you can scan through frequencies, like to get to a station. You just go a scan, it'll stop at a station. You press it again, it goes to the next station. That's what this does, but it doesn't stop at stations. And you could also go different speeds with the Spirit Box. So you can go faster, slower, however you feel that spirit will talk to you better. And this is my favorite device for paranormal, obviously, because everything I do is based off GhostBox. And this is right here holding this. This is the very first piece of paranormal equipment. This very box is the first one that I ever owned of anything paranormal. And this was with me on my first investigation. This is where I got names of spirits, like very clear. We got age. We got different sort of fun things coming through. So it's always, this particular device is always very important to me. I look after it very carefully. Tonight, though, we are going to be using, this is the SB7T. This is the newest. This is, I would say, fourth generation of the mass-produced. This is first. And there's iterations in between that I personally feel like this original one here has better responses to it. It has white noise. White noise is very loud. There's certain things like a Faraday patch that or pouch, I should say, that you put over it, supposed to kind of take away some of that white noise. You can go through an amp, you can go through a couple different things to get rid of the white noise. I'm one of those weirdos that like the white noise. I like the fact that I can hear it, because for me, the responses, they float over the white noise. So it's very easy for me that it's going on. So I personally like that a lot. Got some things in the chat that we can talk about real fast. Yes, they are. They are very much so. They also think that they run the house. If Linus comes around, I will pick him up and I will make sure that everyone is forced to look at him for a little bit. He loves it. I mean, that's what I think he does. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't. Sydney, what went off last week? Are you saying the K2 went off last week? Because because I did 3 of these over the course of 7 days. This is my 4th one. So it kind of all jumbles a little bit. Help me out. Remind me what it is. And then Rena, the spirit box we're using tonight will be the SB7T, the newest one. I do a reverse. I do a reverse sweep. Keep in mind, and something that people get a little confused about, I'm not saying that you are, but some people think that when you're doing a reverse sweep, that everything is coming through backwards. But it doesn't. It just means that you're starting, instead of starting at frequency 87.9 and going up, you're starting at 107.9 and you're going down. Does it make a difference? I think so. I just think that it's after a while, and I'm sure you're all the same way who use these devices, I think after a while you just work with what makes the most responses. You maybe play around with stuff, whatever, but if it's working, I don't necessarily mess around too much with it. Like you can go on the AM frequency with this. For a while back when I started, I exclusively used AM. I'd switch back and forth, and we're going at a speed sweep rate of 250 tonight. When we started doing these lives, I was doing them probably about at 150. And then one day I went back to 250 and I reminded myself, oh my gosh, that's right. How on earth did I forget that the responses are coming through clear when you're at the sweep rate of 250. The only problem is you have the likelihood of picking up more radio. And so that's the thing that you have to figure out. So that's the sort of thing that I find very, very important, is that you're making sure that you are differentiating radio from spirit communication. The thing about spirit communication, the thing about radio, last week we had is both insurance radio spots that came through, like progressive came through. The word progressive came through. It's not spirit, it's flow from Progressive Insurance, that sort of thing. You just got to be careful of it. That's all. Yeah, Sydney, I'm not sure what we call this thing. It comes in a pack of 6 of them, and I forgot I have the packaging over there. I always forget the name of it, but I just look at it being kind of the same ilk as say a REM pod or something, or a Mel meter. That stuff is like, it's detecting something breaking the oh, look, it went off. Look at that. See, it does work. Look at that. It shows that I'm alive, and that's always reassuring. But what it's also doing is that it's breaking the field, and it's saying that something is here. So we can name it whatever we want, or I could actually be like a professional and know it, but not today. Not today. That's not going to happen today. Is that what it's called, Joey? Is it called a RAM box? I'll believe you. Well, and that's just it. That it's just always been there. I tried it, and like I said, when Linus is walking by, it goes off. I think it doesn't think he's real. Sometimes I don't think he's real. Brandy, you had a couple things that you said. Setting a fun intention, sending telepathic message. My goal is to get the EMF to yell to confirm and hear a name that starts with S through the box. That would be fantastic to see if that works. You also mentioned that you are friends with Gary Galka. and I mean, he's never responded to me, so I would love to even just have a chat with him, to be very honest. I've been, working, and I've seen other people right here that they've, these spirit boxes, you can argue where the spirit box starts a little bit, but I think most of us agree that they start with a man named Frank, who did the Frank's box. And he did them basically I think he did them free for people when it started. And then, of course, people became greedy. And after he passed away, people who held on to them, some held on to them as it means the world to them, that they have a Frank's box, that he made it for them. Others exchange it for huge money. I got into it more or less after he had passed, just before he passed, actually. So, it's, for many of us, this is what we know. There's also the hacked spirit boxes using like radio shack hacks, they call them. I have a number of those. I have some customs that were built especially for me. What we find, though, for the Facebook Lives is that these boxes, these mass-produced ones, they work the best as far as people being able to hear what's coming through. And it doesn't mean we won't try other things, but it feels like the consensus with all of us, the people who come here week in and week out, they're always hearing stuff a lot better through here. So that is pretty cool. You made a Frank's box yourself, Don. That's cool. If I may be pedantic, though, it's technically not a Frank's box if Frank didn't make it, though, is it? Forgive me, just being devil's advocate over here. But I get what you mean. And those things, I've heard nothing but good things. I've only seen them. I've never actually had the pleasure, so to speak. And quite frankly, that's no pun intended. But quite honestly, I don't want to have a Frank's box, only because it would mean that I would have to pay a lot of money for it. And that really is not the intention of why Frank did them. Myself, it feels like that sort of memory should be preserved and honored, is the way I see it. You enjoy watching me drink water? Let's see here. Let's see. Should we do some spirit communication? Let's do some protection. I'm just reading through comments again. Rosie is saying that she loves GeoBox portals too. Yeah, absolutely. That's the thing about it. There's so many ways, right, that we can all do different things and different ways of communicating with spirit, and it's what works for us. And that's the fun thing about what we do, right? Let's do some protection. What that is, folks, is that, let's see. Once again, I'm getting distracted very easily. People that have them are not selling them. I just bought a box from a friend who knew Frank, has a few of his boxes. Well, they were being sold for a while. I haven't paid attention over the last year or so, but when they were being sold, they were being sold for thousands of dollars. And that is a fact. So, and that's just something that I just personally don't want to do. So let's see. Protection. This is for people, you never know when you're going to get spirit attachment. We don't want that. That shouldn't be happening, but we just want to make sure everyone is protected as best as they can. And that just means that we just raise our vibration. We just make sure that we are only wanting to bring in spirits of love and light, love and above, spirits like our relatives. We're opening up to spirits all over, but they all have to be of love and light. And so on this Easter, I ask all of you to just relax a little bit. Know that we're going to have some fun tonight. We're going to reach out to spirit. We're hoping that spirit reaches back to us. I don't see why not. And that, just remember, the protection starts from your heart. And all you're doing is you are just relaxed, and you're just calling upon your spirit guides and your loved ones and just your own goodness to please protect us tonight. And that is a light that starts from your heart. And it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And what's going to happen is this light of love is going to totally encompass you. And it's going to act like armor, and that's positive energy that's protecting you from any spirit that wants to glom onto your energy, because it is Easter, and you don't want to be considered to be an Easter ham and they just kind of start munching away at you, your energy. This is for you to be safe, okay? Those of you who've had spirit attachments, you know that it's not great. So you have that sort of armor over you right now, right? Then what you do from there is you just take that protection and you just push it out. You push it to all the walls, all around you, up and down. And what that does is you want to protect everyone in the house. You want to protect everyone, whether it be Linus the cat or your roommate, loved ones. They're not even watching, but it doesn't matter, because you want to make sure that they're safe. And just protect the whole house, all the walls inside and whatever. And doing so, you might start to feel some tingling. You might start to feel something. And if you're not, that's fine too. Doesn't mean it's not working. But just know it's there, and that energy is there. And you just want to be able to drum it up and celebrate. And you know what? We're going to hopefully reach your relatives. As I always say, there is no guarantee of responses. And but you know, we do our best. That sometimes it takes a little while to get going. Not lately, but you never know. And please, folks, if we're not getting a ton of stuff, don't mistake it for not having a good night. If we're reaching out to any of your loved ones, even if we get just one thing come through for someone's loved one, that is a success. That is special. We got Glenn on Thursday, reached out. His mom, Margaret, came through, and they had a bit of a conversation with the flashlight. And then it was a quieter night, but it certainly was far from a success. You know, it was a great evening. Someone's life was changed that night because he was able to hear, he heard his mom. He said he heard her voice, and he also got to interact through a flashlight. And that's something I ask that you all remember, that these are great, great moments. And they might not always be a lot of them, but if we get any at all, that's great. And also, if you reach out and you're like, hey, where's Aunt Vanessa? Can I talk to her? And she doesn't come through. Please remember, folks, it doesn't mean she doesn't love you. It just can't come through for whatever reason. You know, it doesn't always work. You know, there's always reasons why it doesn't work, or that she can't come through. We try another time. She might come through then. So that being said, we are going to use the SB7T as one does on an Easter evening. And maybe we can get even some biblical stuff. So let's see what we get here. There we go. Let me know if it's not loud enough. I'll turn it up just a little bit. Spirit, I ask that you come talk to me, come through me, and use me as a conduit to come out through this, okay? My name is Greg, and we want to talk to you tonight. How are you? I'm good. Happy Easter. Now, please remember, you can talk to us through these devices too over here if you so desire. Notice that the bell is not moving tonight. Okay? That's important. Do we have anyone in here with us tonight? How many spirits are in this room with me? Anyone else here 19? I guess happy Easter, Jennifer.
Exactly.
Sydney, you heard a few dozen. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. Can I get some names, please? Can you tell me your names? See, I thought I heard 19. Did I hear John's name? Did you hear John's name, folks? Are you looking for John? Sydney thought you heard Don. I thought I heard John.
Remember.
Don, are you here? You got it. Did I hear, Brandy, did you hear your name? Did someone say Brandy's name? Do you want to, would you like to make yourself known if you're here for Brandy? You heard Don twice or your name twice? Brandy had asked, yeah. You'll notice that I talked over Spirit, so it's quite rude. Brandy had asked that you could light that up to yellow. Is that a possibility? Could you light that up for us, please?
Smart.
I certainly heard that earlier, Raymond. Yeah. Heard something banging here. Got it. Thank you. Yep, I heard smart. Probably talking about me would be my guess, Emily, right? Anita and Sydney heard the same thing.
Run with us.
I'm just going through comments, folks. Happy Easter.
Something.
Something said something that might have been radio, though.
Asking.
I'm not asking. Did you hear that? That was pretty clear. I'm not asking. Sue, can you say your name for us, please? You hear that? Must be quiet. A young woman just said, must be quiet. Is that for us, or is that a conversation that she's having with somebody else? Sue, are you able to come through for us, please? Can you say your name?
John, you know.
Some quiet stuff coming through his spirit box. Teresa on my Facebook profile page is asking for Daddy Roger. Roger, are you here to talk to us? Can you talk to Teresa, please?
Thank you.
Thank you, something. I'm going to be honest. I thought it said thank you, Greg. And then I thought they just said Greg again after it said thank you, something. I could be way off, though. I always hate inserting myself into the picture. What about Roger? Are you here, Roger? Okay, so I wasn't off. Okay. Well, you're very. Look at all you. Yep. Good. We're all on the same page. You're welcome.
Tired.
It might be a conversation between two spirits, for all I know.
Actually might.
Almost sound like actually might. Yeah. So Brandy got tired. I heard fired, and so did Sydney. I'm not sure if the pounding I'm hearing is something pounding or if it's the movie theater that's in my basement that seems to always go when I do these.
On Twitter.
Hi, Raquel. Happy Easter. I think he has better things to do.
Forward.
Katie, can you come through for Raquel, please? Could you let Raquel know that you're here? Katie, could you go and play with one of these devices over here? Whatever you want to do to come through. Or could you say Raquel's name to us, please? I actually thought I heard Raquel's name, but very quietly. But I could be way off on that. Don't hang your hat on that. If it's easier to say your own name, Katie, could you do that for us, please?
Second back.
Yeah, it must be coming from downstairs. I think today, whatever the movie is, it's in like 100.1 THX sound or something. Love you. Okay. Let's see here. Emily, you want to see if we can bring through Darla? Thank you. Randy, do they say their name at all to you by chance? Or could you tell me your name? Darla?
I'm going to be.
Darla, are you here? Your niece, Emily, is here. That voice sound familiar at all, Emily? I asked because it sounded like you. The voice sounded like you. Got it. Thank you.
Ready, doctor. Your heart's good.
I asked if Emily recognized the voice. I can't put up her comments because of how StreamYard's working lately, but she doesn't recognize the voice.
Play.
It's always interesting because the obelisks have been going out quite a bit before we got before we started up the chat. Now it doesn't. Now it doesn't go off at all. I own my house, but I rent the basement out to somebody, a friend of mine, Robert, whose name comes through quite a bit. And if he has his surround sound going downstairs, it's very loud up here. You can hear everything from downstairs. There you are. Do you hear that? There you are. So, Darla, you're not going to come through for us, huh? Or have you, and I just didn't hear you? Is that your name, Emily? I mean, it wasn't perfect, but it sounded like your name. Did you just call out to your niece? That's funny. Probably is, actually. Yes, we have. Oh, good. I'm not the only one that heard that then. Cool. Yes, we definitely have. In fact, when this wasn't for a live, but I had a friend of mine at his work call me up to do a spirit box session, and I picked up a young boy on there, and then we crossed them over. We did it remotely. It was really cool.
Radio.
Emily, what do you mean you didn't hear? You're the one with the headphones on. I'm still hearing your name.
Yeah, it's okay.
I thought, the reason I'm looking back is the color changed. Like I could feel like there was a shadow behind me. Like the light changed behind me. And folks, I hope you know, when I see this stuff, my mind does not go to, ooh, it's negative, what's going on? It's just that this is a big energy circle right now. You know, it's just a lot of energy in here. Robert. Do you hear that? Robert's name came through. Robert's name comes through almost on all my spirit box sessions. Ever since I investigated the Morris Jamel mansion in New York. Interesting. Yep. Yep. Well, welcome, Pamela. I hope you're enjoying it. That was a response right now. I couldn't quite make it out. It was a full sentence. Folks, on my profile page, you picked up Robert also. Oh, Emily, your Aunt Darla has only been gone for just over a year. I'm sorry for your loss. What, you didn't have your headphones on? I thought that was standard procedure when you do these. Okay, there's one comment I wanted to get back to. You know I'll never find it. Oh, here we go. I tend not to go after famous people. But we could try. There's no harm in trying. You know?
But it's changed.
Are we able to have the honor of Albert Einstein coming through for us, please? I'm a great admirer of your work and the legacy you left behind.
It's care of it.
Could you say hello to us, please? There's stuff moving around in here tonight, that's for sure. Shadows, wisps. I'm glad I don't stay here. I'm just kidding, I live here. If Mr. Einstein is here, could you go and touch? What are you talking about? I'm talking about if you're here, Mr. Einstein. If you could have that go off for us, please.
Get yourself up.
Sorry, something just touching my arm. Like the hair, just like the hair, just touching the hair. Karen, I'll ask one more time. As everyone knows, we get to comments as best as we can. So I'm hoping that means you're not getting frustrated or anything, but I'd hate that to happen. We've been having an issue with that with people lately. But I will ask if your brother Joseph is here. Joseph, if you're here, can you come through? Because Karen's name apparently has come through. I don't know if you heard it, Karen. Joseph, is that you trying to reach out to your sister? Kanye is like, that is Albert Einstein raising your hair like his. Or just getting fresh. I mean, really, right? I mean, I got some color in me now. Yeah, I'm looking all right. So. Joshua, you write, Amityville Horror House was on tonight on Travel Channel. I just watched that a couple days ago on Discovery Plus, that shock documentary. Joseph, did you say your sister's name? Because I think you did.
There's something.
That wasn't him. That might have been. Could you say your sister's name again for us, please? Just so we know you're here. Is that Einstein saying, no, I wasn't touching your hair? Karen, your name just came through. But it was a female. It was a female, not... Did you hear your name, Karen? God. All right, Rena. thought I heard your name, Rena. Did you hear that, Rena? Mike, are you here? Well, you know, it says, is Mike, can you say my name if you are? I heard your name, Rena. I heard a male say it earlier. The last time I heard it personally was a female. You must have heard it again as with a male voice. That's pretty cool. And Rena, we got your name through. Thank you, Mike. That's pretty cool. Yep. People on my profile page have heard Rena, Karen. Did you hear your name at all? I hope you did, because I know that would mean a lot. Yes, they're answering for you. Yes, you did hear it. That's cool. That's really neat. Yeah, Pamela, I can. I know that you just found us. I did that earlier, but I can certainly do it again afterwards. That's not a problem. My throat is really scratchy tonight. And I hadn't done anything all day. I haven't been talking to anybody except a great phone call before this, but that wasn't a long conversation. So I've just been kind of festering here. I don't know why my throat's so scratchy suddenly. Karen, I can't put your comment up, but what Karen says is, it does mean a lot because he thought this stuff was hokey, right? But I think he put his pride aside just to let you know that he is around, and that's cool. Oh, interesting. Sue, are you able to come through? Can you say hi? Can you say your name, please? Alex, I'm not sure what this is, but thank you all the same. It's art. I got something over here. Are any of my cats here by chance? If AJ is here, can you make one of the devices go off, please? Can you jump on the table for me? Did you guys hear the word allergies? Is that what you're saying? Or you're just telling me I had allergies? Okay, Alex, I'm not really sure what this is, but thanks again for sending it.
Confidence.
Okay, confidence. Let's see here. Let's see here. Teresa says, my mom doesn't believe either in response to Karen. She thinks I'm crazy when I say I see my dad in the hallway the day of the funeral. Don't worry about what other people think, right? And I know you know that. If you saw him, then you saw him. Okay, you all heard confidence too. Yeah, I certainly don't feel mine has anything to do other than allergies. I said that at the beginning. Good. good. You give me chills when you're happy. All right, let's. All right. Who wants a crossover spirit? Let's do it. Y'all ready? Spirits, you want to cross over? Those who haven't, we're going to let you. I am going to open up some light for you. And what we'd like you to do is we'd like you to go to that light. Do you see that light? Do you see that light? All right. All you need to do is cross through, okay? That's all you need to do. Oh, you're doing it. You're crossing, right? Have you crossed? You know, when you write it like that, Anita, it sounds like F yes, if you get my drift. I like it. All right. Right away, I got the feeling that it felt like that you all crossed. It feels much lighter in here. Have you all crossed? Yeah, you all did. I can feel it. Feels good. Wow. Wow. I don't know if you're all feeling this. Cool. All right. That female voice has come through a couple times. All right. I'm going to shut down this session. Spirit, thank you very, very much for talking to us. I shut this session down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Thank you. I hope you all could feel that also. I'm curious to know which one. I think I know. Her name would be Stella, would be my guess. I just got the chills from that. That seems to be about right. Let's see here. First of all, before I say anything else, let's make sure before I lose anybody that we close this session. You got to close the session. This session is closed. Spirits, you are not allowed to contact any of us unless you are a relative or friend of that person. But otherwise, any other spirits, you're not allowed to have our energy. You are not allowed to be in this house anymore until I open up the next session. Thank you very much for taking part. But I just want to let you know that something moving over there. Give me one sec. Okay. No, it'll move again, I'm sure. That's true. That's true. It is an S name. That's very true. Hold on. Stuff's coming through so quick. That would make sense then. Stella is my mom's mom. So that makes a lot of sense. Well, you know, we've had a number of color discrepancies with the picture tonight, right? So, and I'm just watching the camera also. Did you all see something over here, like pop up and down? I mean, I know that eyes play tricks, but I'm just curious if anyone else saw something up and down over here. Really interesting night, that's for sure. Real fast before we lose anybody, because I am going to go through I'm going to go through the stuff on the board again real fast because I've been asked that. But before anyone goes, please know that as always, Tuesday and Thursday, Ane is going to be on. She's going to be back Tuesday with one question readings. Thursday, and that's going to be on Paranormal United Network. It's going to be on her page, Tarot by Ane. Just know also that Thursday is going to be one-on-one live with Ane. She's going to explain what that is when she is back on Tuesday. Please join. They're amazing sessions, absolutely amazing. So please make sure you're there for that. I am going to be back next Sunday on my radio show on AM 950. Please keep in mind what like watch my pages and stuff so you can see who the guest is. I have to confirm him first before I can put his name out there. But please listen. They are really good. I couldn't agree more. Very, very true. Real fast though, for those of you who missed it, starting over here, this is a REM pod. You touch it, you go by the antenna. If something breaks that field around the antenna, the lights will go off. Here is what's called an ovilus. There's a bank of words in the device, and we believe that spirits take from those words, and they will take and get a word and tell us what it is, and it will say something. When we did this, I think it was Tuesday we did it, and it had some very intelligent responses. It doesn't always do that, so at least it doesn't say stuff always that makes a lot of sense to us, and maybe that's just how it is. But so, you know, sometimes you never know. And then you have the K2 here that lights up if you have spirit around it. You have a flashlight that if they come near it, they can touch it and turn it on, you know, so you have that. And then we have a bell here. And it's interesting about the bell because the bell last Sunday and last Tuesday, the bell was moving. And I put my hand all around it. I tried to debunk it, and I couldn't. But it was moving. Sometimes a fair amount. Because as you can see right now, if you look at the bell next to the flashlight, you can see it's not moving. But when we did it last week, the bell was definitely moving. And that was, I could not debunk it. I cannot debunk it. There is no vents around there. I was pounding the floor to see if, well, that's good. I wish the other pieces would go on though. I don't want to sound ungrateful, but I kind of wish some of the other devices would light up too. Because I just don't trust this one, to be very honest. I just don't know if I could really trust what's coming out of there. But yeah, the bell was definitely moving last week, and it was pretty awesome. So that was pretty cool. Just looking through what everyone's talking about. Yeah, so other than that, if you want to follow me, send me a friend request. You don't necessarily need to follow me. Okay. I'd much rather have more of a friendship than just someone follows me, but I do have a couple pages. MN GhostBox on Facebook, Minnesota GhostBox. I'm going to rebrand, but go to there. Please like it. I also do Parafriends events. Please like that as well. Other than that, if you have any questions, reach out to me. If you're feeling odd after this session, reach out to me. You shouldn't, but if you are, please do so. Okay. Everyone, I cannot thank you enough for spending your Easter with me. I hope you had a great holiday. I hope that you have a great week. Remember, Ane is back on Tuesday and Thursday. I am back here 10 p.m. Central Time on Sunday. My radio show on AM 950, but it's on the internet, as they say. That's at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. Please listen. Please continue your support of me. I really greatly, greatly appreciate it. Everyone, have a great week. I will talk to you soon. Take care, everybody. Good night.